The Be Quiet ShadowWings 2 White Edition is the latest variant within the ShadowWings 2 series. This fan is the same, with one simple difference, its color and finish. While the regular ShadowWings 2 fans are matte and black, this fan is white and has a glossy texture. In this review we have the regular variant with a maximum speed of 1100 rpm. However, in this day and age, can this fan compete among the plethora of competition? The Be Quiet ShadowWings 2 White is a good looking fan, and the glossy texture is certainly enhancing the all white build of the fan. Well, when I say all white, I say mostly white with some black elements, as is the case for many white fans. For starters, the Be Quiet ShadowWings 2 White and the black variant are the same fan minus the color, and in fact a case design fan. This means one simple thing, that these fans were never designed and made to perform on heatsinks or on radiators, and that is obvious from the way the impellers are designed. Static pressure fans are designed to leave as little room as possible in between the impellers, hence why the impellers are often wide and curved. The Be Quiet ShadowWings 2 White is somewhat in between a case fan and a static pressure fan from a design standpoint. This fan uses 7 impellers to deliver its airflow. Each of these has indents in their surface to push more air while maintaining the same general noise output. The Be Quiet ShadowWings 2 White is priced at $18 US, and for comparison's sake, the Noctua NF P12 Redux is priced at $14 US, and the regular variant of the NF F12 PWM is priced at $20 US. This makes the ShadowWings 2 White a bit of a gamble, as from a price perspective it plays in a big league. Even though we are talking about the Redux variant, which means no accessories at all, the NF P12 Redux is one of the best fans around for both airflow and especially for static pressure. In terms of the accessories, you get 4 rubber washers and 4 plastic pins, and that's it. These are used together to attach the fan to your case, and they do provide a good base that will not only not scratch your case, but any vibrations will be dampened and the noise will be reduced. The Be Quiet ShadowWings 2 White has a maximum speed of 1100 rpm and a rifle bearing system for its 4-pole motor. The cable used on this fan is quite long, with a total length of 500 mm. Unfortunately, it is not covered by any type of sleeving, but it is fortunately all black, so it will match with your system. The connector used for power is a standard 4-pin, which means that the fan can be controlled to software or a fan hub thanks to the PWM functionality. Going back to the mounting system for a bit, even if you do not use the included components, this fan will still have soft pads on both sides of each of the corners of the frame. These will dampen most, if not all, vibrations generated by the rotational motion of the fan, which is nice, especially for a case fan, which in terms of the position, it will make a lot more noise based on vibrations. The ShadowWings 2 is known to be silent, and it is designed to be as silent as possible, which gets me to the first test of this review. A noise sample of the fan running from a standstill and going up in speed to its maximum, which in this case is 1100 rpm. I am doing this because while a decibel value is useful, it will not consider or even detect unwanted noises that are generated by other sources, like bearing ticking, vibrations, and so on. With a maximum speed of 1100 rpm and only 7 impellers, the Be Quiet ShadowWings 2 White reached a maximum noise output of 26 decibels with a measuring device placed at a standard distance of 10 cm. To understand just how quiet this fan is, 26 decibels is as low as my measuring device will go. This fan went below that, and below the ambient noise level. This is the main reason why you can only hear the fan spinning at maximum RPM in the before heard noise sample. That's how silent the ShadowWings 2 is. The testing of all fans, unless otherwise stated, is done on an all-in-one liquid CPU cooler. This is done to measure the capacity of the fans to move the air on a radiator, and it will deliver a tangible result for everyone looking and reading the review. The CPU used on all testing is an Intel i9 9900K with a fixed ambient temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and the side panel of the case closed to better simulate a real-world scenario. and in this test the Be Quiet Shadow Wings 2 White reached a maximum CPU temperature of 78 degrees Celsius at maximum load, matching the psyched Kaze Flex RGB at 800 RPM. This result was expected as these fans are not made for static pressure or to deliver a good amount of airflow to restrictive panels. With the testing concluded, the Be Quiet Shadow Wings 2 White is what it promises to be, give or take. A case fan that can deliver an adequate amount of airflow. I say adequate as if you want pure performance and pure airflow, you might as well get a different fan at the same price or lower, such as the NF P12 Redux from Noctua. However, what no fan has and the Be Quiet does is the low noise, and by low noise I mean really this fan cannot be heard even close to it. It is the quietest fan I have ever tested, it will simply not make any noise. The Be Quiet Shadow Wings 2 White is an interesting fan. It achieves something that is rarely seen these days, absolute silence even at maximum RPM. However, this comes at a price. This fan is not exactly a top performer, not even when we talk about a case fan, as there are models out there which are cheaper and deliver a better airflow. The Shadow Wings 2 White is a good looking fan that will match your all white or mostly white build. The build quality is great and on the same level as many other Be Quiet fans. This fan is a good choice if you want to have a build that is dead silent and it will not require a lot of airflow. If you want this fan for something that will require a lot of cooling, you might as well look at something else, which will be louder but perform better. If you like this review, then you might consider subscribing for more, and if you want to support me in a direct way, then in the description below you will find the links for both the Patreon and the Subscribe pages of this channel.